So this is the end result that we're working towards. It's a box with a lid and an insert. The insert you can find at the Broadcast Sunny YouTube channel. It's in a separate video. I'm going to take that out for now. The top and the bottom is essentially the same thing. It is the same thing. And in most origami instruction, you'll find that they use origami paper of the same size. I'm going to work on the bottom one, and I like to make the bottom one a little bit smaller, a tad smaller than the top, so that it can easily go on. If I have them the same size, which I have done, I find you need to squeeze the sides. You need to squeeze the sides to get the top on, or smash it a little bit. So it makes sense to make it the bottom one smaller. So I'll take a ruler, and on the non-colored side, I'll mark, it doesn't matter how small you want to make it. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. Actually, that seems a bit big. I'm gonna do an 1/8 inch. And you need to do this for 2 sides of the paper. Okay. Now flip over to the outside of the box, which is usually the color side. Fold in half, like to make a rectangle. And if you're like me, my cutting is not perfect, so your measurements may not add up perfectly. Okay, open up, turn, do it again, fold in half. Open, flip over, and now fold in half to make a triangle, point to point. Open, turn, do it again. Open. Now you'll see that all the folds meet in the center. And what you want to do now is take each point and fold it to that center. Okay, great. Now, remember this position, this look, because you're going to return to this section. The way it looks now, you're going to return to it. Before that, we're going to make some folds to make it easier to make the box. Flip it over and fold in half. Then you want to take one of these flaps. That line will match up with this fold. that edge will match up to it, that fold. Flip it over, do the same for that side. Edge to fold. Okay, now open up to that starting position I had mentioned earlier. And you're going to do the same thing, but as you can see, these made, I want to say vertical lines, and now you want to make horizontal lines. So we're going to turn it, and now it's horizontal lines. All right, so, but you're going to make lines perpendicular to these, or folds perpendicular to these folds. Flip over and fold in half. Take this edge and fold to the center fold, just like before. Do the same to the other side. Open up to that starting position again. Okay, so you want to take two tabs, two of them are probably sticking up, and pull them out. So you have two triangles open, two triangles closed. If you look at the paper, you see it's made up of a series of squares. The edges are made up of triangles, but look at the squares. The four squares in the center are the base of your box. So if I open this up, you'll see that there's four squares here. Same with this box. I want you to keep that in mind. It will help you make this origami box. So lift up the sides, thinking about these four squares. Turn, and you'll see an additional four squares here. This is going to be folded in half to make the side of the box. So here's where, at the top of these four squares, is where the side is going to begin. You tuck in this triangle, hold that. I like to tighten the folds. Lift it up. See where I'm going with this? It's going to fold down. What did I do? Oh, I didn't tuck this in. Okay, now we have three sides. Do the same for this side. Remember the four squares so it doesn't get you confused. And this square and this square will be folded and tucked in. You'll see it better this way. This side is obviously easier. And there you have your origami box. To keep these triangles to behave, these sides, you could just reinforce all the sides. Like this one ends up staying mainly because I've reinforced the sides over and over. And now that should fit in pretty smoothly. Okay, and be sure to check out the video with the insert so you can have four, if you're gonna say beads or something, buttons or earrings. This insert is very nice.